Hi everybody, it's Kara. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel for another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a new set of colored pencils that I've been using for the last couple of months. Now, if you have been around my channel for a while, you know I don't need any more colored pencils. I definitely have several different kinds, but I purchased these particular ones for a very specific reason that I'll tell you about in just a minute. I thought since I've been using them for a couple months, I'd do a quick review and give you just a little bit of feedback from my perspective in case they are something you might be interested in. Now, when you get them, if you order them as a set, they come in this black box. You can see that there are a couple magnets in there. Now, when you get them, of course, the box is full of colored pencils. This is a 25 pencil set, but 50 colors, and you will see why here in just a minute. But I didn't keep them in this particular box because I wanted them to be more portable. That was one of the main reasons that I purchased this particular set. But if you like the box and want to keep them in there, it does convert into a stand, has a little color guide down here. The pencils would be standing up for you to use, and those magnets that are on the lid of the box and then some here on the box itself help keep the pencils in that kind of upright stand so that you could use them. Now, if you're like me and you don't want to use this particular box, I'm going to toss that aside. You can put them in anything else, of course, that will fit them all. I'm actually using this Pagan Owl pouch. This happens to be one that I picked up a while ago when they had some limited edition, I guess I'd call them bags, because the fabric was limited. This is a vintage fabric on the outside, which I thought was adorable, kind of a red and white, almost gingham, I guess I would say, or plaid. And then inside it's their kind of normal waxed canvas that they use in a lot of their bags. If you're curious about this company, I will put a link down below so you can check them out. Although they don't have this particular bag, they have lots of other options for bags and different things. If you remember, I don't know how many months ago now, I purchased a mini sendak from them, which is this gorgeous creature. And you can check that out there too, if you're curious, as well as lots of handmade journals and things like that. I happen to love this particular company because they repurpose older and vintage items, and I think that is a wonderful thing. So that was a little shout out to that company. Now, in this particular bag, I carry all 50 of these pencils, as well as a couple other things that I'll share with you in just a minute. But just to give you a look at the pencil, this is how they look. They are I guess I'd say, what is it, a hexagon in shape, as opposed to other pencils that I have for comparison's sake that are round, like the Polychromos, Holbein, and Prismacolor. You can very easily see how round they are. This one is not like that. This one has a definite different feel to it. Now, I'm going to go through just a couple basic things, and I am going to link down below in the description another video that was done, I think back in 2017, by a different YouTuber that I think has a lot of great information in it. I believe that channel's name is Color with Claire or Color by Claire. I can't recall at the moment, but she does a great job of reviewing them kind of more from the point of view of an artist, talking about things like light fast and doing color swatches, and it's really great. I'm just going to give you my perspective from having used them for kind of one purpose so far for the last couple months. So to get back to the actual pencil, you will find on one side that it has the brand name and also shows that it was made in Austria. And if you roll it around, on one side it will have the color name and number, and you flip it and it has the other color name and number. Now if you look at that, you can see that both of these are 14, right? 14, but this one is 1401, while the electric blue is 1402. So again, there are 25 pencils and 50 colors in the set, and you can flip them back and forth to use the colors contained in the one pencil, basically. And the idea behind these pencils is to kind of make it easier to blend, at least with these two colors, because you can just flip them back and forth. Now, obviously, you can do more blending with the other colors, but that is, I think, the basic idea behind this particular set. Okay, now I will take out all of the colors so you can kind of see them. And I'll tell you what else I have in the bag that I carry around. Now while I'm laying these out, and I apologize for the noise this is going to make, I will let you know that the main reason that I purchased these is because I have started to carry around a coloring book with me. Not everywhere, but like when I go to work, for when I'm on break, I have a coloring book with me, and I wanted to be able to bring some colored pencils with me that, you know, I didn't want to bring a ton, but I wanted to have some color options. So when I found these, I thought this would be great because I can have quite a few different options, 50 to be exact, obviously, but only carry around 25 pencils. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Now you can see all the colors here in really no particular order. And I'm pretty pleased with the color selection. The only thing I would say is there are 1 or 2 blues and 1 or 2 greens that I think are really similar and probably weren't necessary and maybe could have been a different color. So far I'm also not finding anything that's a real true red, but you know, maybe I'm just being too picky. Anyway, I am only using these for coloring, and when I color to relax. I don't color to create some gorgeous special effect with a pencil, which so many people do so well. I truly just do it to color and relax, kind of decompress. I don't want the coloring to be stressful. I want it to be a break from things that are stressful, so I keep it pretty simple. And I do want to mention that these are a waxed-based pencil, but I do not feel after using them that they are as creamy as the Prismacolor ones, if you guys are familiar with those. So I would say that they are somewhere in between the Prismacolor and the Polychromos as far as the way they lay down color. I'm also someone who doesn't color with a heavy hand. I tend to try to make the color appear darker by layering, so I don't press super hard using these, so I can't give you a ton of information on that. I will say that as I've colored with some of them, there's been a little bit of lead, I don't know what you call it, like dust or shavings or whatever as I color that need to be kind of brushed or blown away. Kind of like you would on an eraser, basically, but I haven't had any real problems with that. And the other thing that I would say is that this, I've sharpened almost all of these, I think, and none of them have broke, none of the leads have broken. They are a pretty strong pencil lead. I think it has to do with kind of the size of the lead and the shape of the pencil itself, but that's just kind of my amateur guess. But for what I'm using them for, which again is coloring, I'm really, really pleased with them. I like them a lot. They give me a lot of color options. I like the fact that I have a couple colors that are going to blend all in one pencil. Now I do want to mention, originally these pencils were only available in a set, which was a bummer because if some of these were lined up, if these were lined up evenly, you could tell that some of these I've used a little bit more than others. But I did go and look, and you can now buy these individually, so you can replace individual pencils if you want to, which I'm very happy to see because I know that there will be some I go through more than others, or more quickly than others, because I just use certain colors more. So that's a great option. Now, the other things that I keep in this little pouch, besides these colored pencils, are a couple erasers. I keep this itty bitty little one from Pentel. I just like the size of it. It's easy to use. And then I have my Derwent battery operated eraser, which if you are someone who uses color pencils or pencils a lot and you don't have that, this particular tool, I would highly recommend you get it. I love it. It's just a white eraser in here, but this thing, there you go, makes it, you know, does all the work for you. And I really like this when I've gotten a color too dark in an area that I've been coloring. I can kind of go over it lightly with this eraser and just lighten it up. If you have little marks outside lines and you want to clean them up, this thing is great for that. Absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough. It's awesome. I also have a white gel pen in here in case I want to add highlights. I have 2 blender type pencils that I've yet to use on these. I have a Derwent blender and I have the Prismacolor colorless pencil, neither of which I've used yet, so I don't know how they interact with these particular pencils. And then I happen to have this sharpener in the bag, primarily because the last time I took this bag out of my craft room was to go downstairs, and this is the sharpener that I have out on my desk, and it just happens to fit in here with all of these other good things. So I think that's all of the basic information I have for you guys. If you have any questions for me that I missed, let me know. Like I said, I picked these colors up on Amazon. They were right under $30 for 25 pencil 50 color set, which I thought was a decent deal. And I do recommend them for the purposes of coloring. I really do like them quite a bit. If you have any other questions for me, leave them down below. Don't hesitate to check out that other video too, because they have a lot of really good information in it about these pencils as well. Keep in mind, I think it was done in 2017, but I believe the information for the most part still applies today. And I will put that link down below to Peg and Al in case you haven't checked them out. You can go check out their online shop and see what they're all about as well. So that's it for today in this video, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day where you're at. Bye, everybody.